With a slate and a half of MLW's season complete, things are still very much in question for the Coastal Cobras. They're 2-4, but they've played better than many people expected, and it's reasonable to think they could find themselves in the playoffs a few months from now. Quietly, though, there's another big story happening with the Cobras. Drew Davis has a chance to do something MLW hasn't seen in a long time: set a single season record. At the plate, Drew's had what can best be called an interesting season so far. He hit 2 home runs in an inning against the most anticipated draft pick in league history, and added a third against this past offseason's biggest trade acquisition. Only Cratch has cleared the fence more times than Davis's 3 this year. 2 of these homers being grand slams, and the other a 3-run shot, tallies 11 runs batted in for Drew, leading all hitters. Davis, at least to this point, is a premier power threat. As for the other batting skills, Drew hasn't fared so well. His league-high 16 strikeouts can partially be attributed to gnarly weather conditions in Slate 1, but trading contact for power is a long-held tactic in bat and ball sports. It's possible Drew's joining the ranks. What's more concerning is the lack of walks. Among qualified hitters, only Patrick Ballman has drawn free passes at a lower clip than the Cobra captain. Add it all up, and Davis has a 126 OPS plus and 65 WRC plus through 6 games. Good for a tenth of a win above replacement. Davis isn't chasing history in the batter's box. Interesting would be a generous description for Drew's pitching so far. He's allowed 17 runs, 15 of them earned, both the most any pitcher has let up this season. Not exactly the return to the rotation Davis wanted. The issue has been the same as always: too many walks. Drew has handed out 22 free passes, more than any singular pitcher, and 6 of the other 7 whole teams. In the past, Davis has always made up for his wildness with wipeout stuff. That's no longer the case. Batters are hitting 350 off the King Cobra and have an OPS of 1190. Between putting batters on and allowing balls in play, Davis has posted the highest RA3 and FIP among qualified pitchers. His minus 1.8 pitching WAR is the worst in the league. The numbers for Drew as a hurler are quite bad, but MLW has seen worse. Okay, I said Drew's chasing a record, and I didn't lie. But it's not in batting or pitching. How about we combine them then? Yeah, that must be it. We already know a tenth of a batting WAR and minus 1.8 pitching WAR. Summed together, with rounding, Drew has negative 1.6 WAR total. Wait, no? I said negative 1.6, not negative zero point 0.8. Something isn't adding up here. Or, rather, something is missing. The aspect of wiffle ball where Davis is setting his record is defense. All right, well, let's look at Drew's defense. So far in 2025, he's the only MLW player to successfully make a play at all 3 defensive positions: pitcher, left side, and right side. On the carpet, he's fielded much better than he's pitched, making 5 plays so far. Only his ace teammate Caden Irwin beats this amount, and he's at least somewhat known for generating soft contact. This isn't stat padding for Davis either. His 5 plays have happened in 6 attempts, giving him the 5th best success rate among all pitchers when it comes to metaphorical glove work. His plays have been a mixture of ground ball force outs and catching pop-ups, both of which contribute to his positive 1.46 run value. Despite only pitching 2 games, Drew is tied with Jackson Pearson for the highest fielding run value, or FRV, among all pitchers this season. The left side is where MLW defenders really accumulate or drop value, though, and Drew Davis is sweeping that position's leaderboard. His 5 plays made are tops among left-siders, including 3 plays made on ground ball force outs, a notoriously difficult type of play that generates mammoth value. Most fielders need these wins to come with lots of chances, but Drew has been efficient too, as his 5 plays have come on just 7 opportunities, giving him a 714 success rate that easily paces players standing on the left side. Needless to say, when he's made the most plays at the best clip, Davis has the highest FRV on the left side, with positive 3.1, a sum that would lead MLW overall on its own, though Drew gets there with merely 1 position. Davis hasn't played the right side much, but in 1 chance he's made 1 play. He doesn't qualify for the rate leaderboard here, but getting a force out still means something. The roughly third of a run it was worth has Drew tied for the 4th most valuable right-sider of 2025. Sum it all up, and Drew has been worth a shade under 5 runs in the field in 2025, with an FRV of positive 4.89. He leads the league by a wide margin, tallying higher than the second, third, and fourth best defenders this season combined. To put things in a historical perspective, in the 4 seasons for which I've tracked defense, there have only been 14 individual player seasons of even +2 FRV, including the 2 so far this year. Plotted with each column as a year, they're all displayed on this chart. Drew's 2025 is highlighted in Cobra red, and is already the 4th highest value recorded. Yet those players had full seasons. Davis has only played 6 games. Extrapolating his current pace across a full season, Drew's 15-game pace is shown by the red star on the plot. He's tracking to blow every other defensive season out of the water, on pace to record 12.21 FRV, shattering the current record of 8.57 set by Jimmy Norp in 2023. Now, those of you who know statistics are probably livid at my irresponsible use of a small sample right now, and those of you who know baseball should be similarly infuriated by presenting defensive stats, which are famously fickle, in a manner like this. You're right to be. And because of this, I will say outright, I don't actually think Drew will reach the ludicrous heights of this current pace. Small sample defensive stats aren't exactly predictive. On the other hand, in the 2022 to 25 sample I have, Davis has shown himself to be among MLW's best fielders. Even knowing that projecting defense over 9 remaining games is an exercise in absurdity, what Drew has done so far is give himself a fantastic head start. If a few more balls find him in the field, especially now that he'll mainly be playing the easier right side position with Cole Kwiatkowski in left, and Drew continues to play the strong defense he has in his career, there's a real chance here. Sure, regression to the mean is inevitable, but don't count Drew Davis out from making his 2025 the greatest fielding season in MLW history.